eBay is making some major changes to how they accept payments. They're getting rid of a major player when it comes to credit cards, but they're adding on a new form of payment, which could be a game changer for the platform. Welcome to Flipping and Punching, and today we're gonna pull some eBay orders. We're gonna talk about these major changes that eBay is making to accept payments, because it's gonna impact you. Now, if you guys haven't heard, eBay has announced a couple major changes to their payments. And one of these hurts my heart because my business credit card uses Amex. And I use it for everything because I get tons of additional points. eBay and Amex have been in a big dispute over fees, and some major changes come to that. So we're gonna jump into that. But not only are we gonna jump into that, but I'm gonna teach you guys a good hack that each and every one of you guys need to hear. If you have an Amex card or any type of rewards credit card, you need to hear this eBay hack because you need to be doing this immediately. But let's just pull some orders here first and we'll jump right into that. All right, if you guys watched my last video, you guys knew that I could not find these pair of jeans. Well, after done filming edit the video, I actually was able to find these pair of jeans. They were literally in the last tote I looked in. So we sold these lucky pair of jeans. These are blue jeans. I picked these up probably like a couple bucks. If you're wondering what this tag is here, we put numbers on the jeans when we do stick them in there because we have a ton of very similar jeans. So this way I know when I pull it out what number it is. Had this listed for $29.99. Buyer sent me an offer for 25 bucks. I accepted. So I got $25 plus shipping on that. And I got probably less than $5 into it. All right, next time we actually sold some, I think it's perfume or cologne. It's called Bond Number 9. If you guys do find these out and about, pick them up. They bring big money. I've sold like 3 different bottles already that were brand new, and minimum I got for them was maybe like 120 bucks plus. Picked this up from a private pick. I paid 50 bucks for it. There's a bottle. So if you guys do see this, pick them up because they bring really good money. Had it listed for $129.99 or best offer. A buyer sent me an offer for 115 bucks. Tried like the 48 hours after I listed it. And I don't know why I did this, but I sent them a counter for $119.99. Have you ever received an offer and then just counter the buyer and then you think to yourself, why did I do that? Like, why didn't I just take the money and be an idiot? So several hours went by and I was just cursing up a storm like, oh, I'm such an idiot. Why was I trying to do that? Don't be greedy. And they sent me a counter for $116.50. So I was happy. So I just took it. So got $116.50 plus shipping. All right, so let's talk about this eBay situation. Ironically, when I say this, eBay has officially terminated their contract with American Express, also known as Amex, due to high fees, which is kind of ironic because everyone out there always bitches and complains about eBay, how they're raising prices. Once you do promoted listings, you're going to pay to play and all these different things. If you guys don't know, Amex is considered a luxury credit card, a little bit different than MasterCard, Visa. A lot of corporations do use Amex because they get a lot of different benefits, more protection from them. I personally have an Amex card and I use it for all my purchases because their rewards programs are awesome, especially for business accounts. The reason why I use my Amex card everywhere I go, and I use it on eBay. I want to teach you guys a hack here in a second. I have an Amex Hilton card. I get points that I could put towards get free hotels. Now, as a picker and who likes to go to highway sales and travel to go picking, it is the most ideal card for my business and for if you're a picker or a reseller. For the fact that you can actually travel. A lot of times you're like, oh man, there's an awesome pickup we can do, but it's 4 hours away. I don't want to drive there and drive back. But if you have a free hotel to stay, it makes it a lot more appealing to go do private picks, make massive pickups, try some of these highway sales. I've been using it all the time. And also too, with a family, it's nice to just do a getaway. Like we are about an hour and 15 minutes from Orlando for where I live. And if I want to go down to Disney and just get a hotel room for the night, like me and the wife can get a hotel room for free, which is great. Starting on August 17th, you can no longer pay with an Amex card because eBay is getting charged a higher fee. Part of the reason why Amex does higher fees is because they do go above and beyond. Let me tell you, their customer service is the best of any credit card I've ever worked with. If you do have an Amex card, this may upset you. Here's the hack. Log on your PayPal, put your Amex card as a primary form of payment on your PayPal account. Anytime you buy something off eBay, just pay with PayPal. It's automatically going to bill your credit card. You will also get double protection, guys. PayPal has their own protection. On top of that, you have Amex protection. So anytime I make a payment, anytime I buy anything off eBay, I've always used PayPal through my Amex card. So I get double amount of protection on there because if I ever need to open a dispute or anything like that, I can open up 2 different disputes, one on eBay, one on PayPal, and one on Amex if the one doesn't go the way I want to go. Also too, guys, here is the hack that you guys need to know. Do not, let me repeat this, do not pay for your labels on eBay through your eBay managed payments. You have the option to pay for your labels through PayPal. If you guys have a rewards credit card, you guys should be using that to make payments on, don't use your managed payments. Here's what I always tell you. You have to be disciplined. If you're afraid that you're going to spend that money, if you get paid I get paid once a week. So when I get paid once a week, I would go to my credit card and make a payment to chop down that balance that I did for the previous week. One of the best ways to do, but also too, you get all those bonus points. Let me put in perspective for you guys. Let's just say if I spent $20,000 entire year on labels, that's money that's given to me from the customer. I am going to use my credit card to pay for those labels through PayPal. And if I get 3 points for every dollar spent, that's 60,000 free points. You can get Hilton hotels as cheap as 30,000 points. So that's 2 free nights for doing nothing. Only thing I'm doing is using my credit card to make payments through PayPal. That's it. Also too, you get like on gasoline and others, you get like 6 points a dollar. If you use on a Hilton property, you get 12 points for every dollar spent. Like, it's an amazing card. If you guys don't know, last year when me and the wife got married, we went to, we did a trip. Our honeymoon was in Spain, in Barcelona, Spain. And also we did Florence and Rome in Italy. We were over in Europe for 8 days and we didn't pay for one hotel because I used all my bonus points for my Amex card, and then we get hotels over there. Not to mention they give you bonus. So like once you spend $15,000, you get a free extra room on top of it. So like I had free extra rooms built up. I had all these points built up, and you guys can use it to your benefit, especially for your business. And there's only one other big change, but let's pull a couple more orders and we'll get to that here in a second. Next item we sold is an empty Chanel box. Not a magnet box, it's just one that pulls up. A lot of times people use these for like small clutches. Had this listed for $39.99. Buyer sent me an offer for $25 and I accepted. It's got $25 plus shipping. I'm trying to clear out some of these boxes here. I've been selling a bunch this week, which is great, and we sold some on other platforms. All right, we sold another Chanel box on eBay. This one right here. Very similar to the last one there. Had this listed for, I think, $39.99. Buyer sent me an offer for $30 and we accepted. So I got $30 plus shipping. I have $10 total in both boxes. So I paid $5 a box and we just sold 2 boxes for $55, which great return. If you guys have an LLC, my email is in the description down below. Send me a personal email, title it Amex or American Express. If you guys do not have a rewards credit card, and I can send you a direct link. As a referral of mine, you'll get a ton of bonus points, and I'll get some bonus points as well. But I think they give you like 20,000 or 50,000 bonus points if it's based off a referral. All right, so I didn't want to talk about this until I really test it out, see how it is. But for those that don't know, I started cross-listing again on multiple platforms. So I started cross-listing on I list from eBay, and I cross-list to Mercari, Poshmark, and now Whatnot, because Whatnot has a marketplace which you can just post stuff up. You don't have to be live selling. So I wanted to test the water, and it's been working out tremendously well for me, guys. In the past, I've used List Perfectly, which I thought was a good software, but I really wanted to try Vendoo out because Vendoo now has the capability of listing or cross-listing to Whatnot. And Whatnot's a big part of my business, so this fit my business model a lot better than what List Perfectly did. And it's been working out great. So I got my first sale on the Whatnot marketplace, and we sold Jose the Puppet. I picked this up at the Webster Flea Market. I think I paid like $4 for him. Selling this for $29.99 plus shipping. So I'm super pumped. I wasn't sure if anything was actually going to sell on there. I had this listed on multiple websites. Didn't get any bites and put it on Whatnot, and so probably like within like 2 weeks of being on Whatnot. So really excited about that. Not to mention we had a second sale on Whatnot, which is absolutely awesome. So I'm super pumped about this because this gives me a whole nother stream of revenue, which I didn't even think was possible. None of the cross-listing platforms listed to Whatnot. The cool thing about Whatnot's marketplace, you can send offers just like you can on like eBay or Mercari. So this is what we sold is actually a splash mount e-ticket pin for Disney. Had this listed up there for $29.99. Buyer sent me an offer for $23.99 and I accepted. So at $23.99 plus shipping. If any of you are interested in trying Vendoo, you can actually try it out for free. I'll put a link down in the description down below here. If you use my code, I think my code's punching, and I'll put a link down below here. But if you guys do eventually sign up, you guys get, I think, 20% off too by using my code. But you can actually sign up for free, like 5 or 7 free listings to try out Vendoo. So highly recommend it. It's very simple. I was able to import my entire eBay store within minutes. And that was 1,200 items to Vendoo. Once it's in Vendoo, you can cross-list the other platforms. So, all right, so eBay has made another major announcement. eBay is bringing on a brand new payment partner, and that's Venmo, guys. During the pandemic, Venmo blew up because it's an easy way for you to transfer money from your bank account to your friends and family, put a little code in there. Starting in the near future, you are going to be able to start paying for your items with Venmo, which is awesome. If I'm not mistaken, Venmo's biggest age demographic is from the ages of 18 through 35. eBay thinks that by allowing people to pay with Venmo, adding another feature there, will help reduce people putting items in their cart and not having different ways to pay. Cool thing about Venmo, if you guys have never used it before, you guys can receive money, send money, and it will stay in your actual Venmo account. So you can actually pay for items without even taking money out of your bank account or your credit card. So I use Venmo all the time. That's why I transfer money to like my friends or to my wife, or my wife sends money back to me. So I think it's a huge game changer for eBay. I hope it helps boost sales on eBay. That benefits all of us. All right, next time we sold is actually a vintage t-shirt. This shirt was in great condition. I picked this up at the yard sale. I think I paid like 10 bucks for it. It's a Kiss tour shirt from 2001. They told me they never wore it before they bought the concert, just never wore it. Can't really see here. I'll put a picture on the screen. I know not to get myself in trouble when it comes to vintage, but I have a tendency to price my vintage shirts too high because I'm still learning the market. I had it listed for 100 bucks, which looking back at now is way too high. And as soon as I had it listed, I got multiple offers for 60 bucks. Counted, I think, like 70 or 80. One of the things I should have took the money then was sitting in the store for a couple weeks with no action on it. And then today I got another offer for 60 bucks, so I took it. So I got 60 bucks plus shipping. I mean, turning 10 into 60, I should have took that right away. Take the money and go. But cool shirt, man. I love selling vintage shirts. It brings me such joy. What is something new that you guys recently found or recently started selling that actually brings you a lot of joy? For me, it's vintage shirts. I don't know why. Maybe nostalgia to them or how cool they look. I like finding those things of yesteryears and curating those old items to new collectors now that are really going to enjoy them. That brings me a lot of joy. What's an item that you recently started selling that you didn't sell in the past, maybe in like the last year or two, that you really enjoy now and that is bringing you a lot of joy? Let me know. If you guys are into video games, go check out my store. I've been starting to list new video games up there every couple days because I'm starting to downsize my collection. And I list a lot of bangers in there recently. And of all the games I list in there, I'm surprised that this is the game that actually sold. Namco Museum 50th anniversary. Not the banger I was expecting to sell, but it still sold. This game from my personal collection, I think I probably had $1 into it. Had it listed for I think $9.99. I think I sold for $8.99 or $9.99 plus shipping. Every time I talk about taking items out of my store that are low dollar items, they end up selling, which is great because I want them to move. This real tree hat, this came in a big lot of hats. That's the only reason I had it. I listed for $4.99 and someone bought it. So I got $4.99 plus shipping. Once again, I don't list stuff this cheap in my store anymore. This is the old listing, probably from like a year or two ago, and it finally sold. Man, I'll tell you one thing now. Since it's summertime here in Florida, it sucks right now to go out sourcing. I went out this morning to hit up a bunch of garage sales, and it was slim pickings first and foremost. So I ended up driving like 30, 40 minutes away from my house just to hit up a bunch of sales. And I mean, I was able to get some stuff, but not like my other videos and stuff like that. So usually when I go out, I usually am able to fill sometimes 2 to 3 videos, and I'll only probably get 1 video out of today just for the fact that it wasn't as good as it normally is. But you have those days. It just sucks because being in Florida, I'm so spoiled down here. All right, I sold a couple more Disney pins, I started listing a couple more Disney pins this week, and they're selling, which is great. Had this listed up. I sold this Donald Duck pin. Had this listed on eBay probably for a couple months now. Just didn't get any bites. I had it listed for $24.99. Buyer sent me an offer. Here, I'll show you what it was. Donald Duck, Captain Donald Tom pin from Disney Cruise Line. Buyer sent me an offer for $11.90, and I accepted. Actually, they sent me an offer for like $9 something, which I counted at like 14 something, and they sent me a counter for like $11.90. And you know what? I got $3 into this, less than $3 into this, and I have thousands of Disney pins still to go through, so I'm blowing them out. So I took the offer. I got $11.99 plus shipping. Sold another Disney pin. Now this one might be one of my favorite pins, and I love the backstory of this one too, I'll tell you. The Stitch pin, it looks like he's trapped in a spaceship. I just listed up my store. I had it listed for $17.99. Someone sent me like a low ball offer as soon as I had it up for like $7 or $8, which I sent them a counter, and then they tried to counter me again. While they were doing that, someone just came in and bought it for $17.99 plus shipping. So nothing makes me happier when people are trying to lowball me and someone else comes in and just buys it full price. We all know how that feels. If you had it done, you know exactly what I'm talking about. All right, I gotta take a brief break here because this one right here wants to go outside. And this one wants to go play fetch. She's dying to play fetch. She lives, look at her, she just ran over. She wants to go out. And this one lives to play fetch. She lives for this ball. And this one plays defense. Drop it. Drop it. I have to show you guys, you can probably hear in the background. Look how happy she looks after playing fetch. Look how happy you are. Look at that face. You're super happy, huh, Blue? Yeah, look at you smiling. As I'm playing fetch with my dogs, I got another Mercari sale, which is awesome. So this Hulk Hogan Hasbro figure. Hasbros are one of my favorite action figure lines of all time. I love these. They're spring loaded, so you can, you know, move around, but such a cool figure, man. I love this Hulk Hogan. Hey, when you do a good thing, good things happen. So Puff Bear 359, thank you so much for your purchase. All right, we had another big sale. Now this is one of those things I'm gonna tell you guys, don't be greedy, don't try to maximize your money. Something I have to keep telling myself over and over again. All right, we sold this Disney pin, a service pin. So you gotta be working for Disney for 30 years to get this pin. I had this list in my store for $199.99. The reason for that is they're super hard to come by. And some of the comps over the last couple of years have been anywhere from like 150, 175 bucks. So I did list it up for $199.99. Now, I got an offer yesterday for $100 for this item. Normally I would have countered them, but when I looked at the recent comps, there was like 3 or 4 that sold at auction anywhere from like $75 to like $100. One did sell a couple months back for like $150. But if I was going to take this down and relist that, I probably would list it at $150 and I probably would have took like $120, $125 for it. This came from my massive Disney purchase. I've already made all my money back on this purchase, and I've sold a couple of these pins for, I sold the 40 euro pin, 40 years of service pin for $1,000, and the 45 years of Disney service for $2,000. So those 2 pins paid for my entire lot of stuff I bought, plus an extra 500 bucks. So, you know what? I'm not going to turn down 100 bucks. I just took the 100 bucks. The buyer got a good deal, so I got $100 plus shipping on this. We do not need to maximize our dollars on every single item because we're not going to move items. I would rather sell 10 items at 70 cents on the dollar than to sell 5 items at 100 cents on the dollar, because at the end of the day, I'm moving more items. I'm going to make more money with the volume that I'm selling. So that's why I let this one go a little bit cheaper than what I normally would, because I want to keep that cash flow coming in and keep some movement in my shop. And that buyer's probably gonna keep coming back to my shop now and looking for other good deals. It's so bright outside, I can barely see, but we sold 2 wrestling figures. First one was Matt Hardy. This is an elite figure. This came from this private pick. You guys will see a video of this pretty soon. It did have damage on it, so that's why I sold it for so cheap. These are selling for like 40 bucks. I listed for $29.99, our best offer. Someone sent me an offer for 22. I think we went back and forth. I think we sold at like 24 bucks plus shipping. So got 24 bucks plus shipping. This came from this massive private pick I did where I got all these wrestling belts and this. Not to mention, I actually sold one of the wrestling belts to one of the workers in my neighborhood. One of the guys who's working on the construction here. I sold the Intercontinental belt for 100 bucks. So I could have got more for it, but $100 straight cash and a quick move it. Try to get back all of the money I spent as soon as possible when I do these big pickups like this. This wrestler wasn't like a fan favorite, but he was always entertaining. And he was what I expected when I look at like 80s wrestling. This is Kamala. Such a cool character from the Ugandan Giant, they called him. He had a handler. He always acted like he didn't speak English and looked like a native. Just a really cool gimmick back in the day. But this came to the private pick. I had this listed for $79.99, which is a little high because there wasn't like a lot of them listed on eBay. I was hoping to get around 70 bucks for it. Someone sent me an offer for 60 bucks and I accepted. So I got $60 plus shipping. I saw my picking video from last Friday. I was up in Virginia with the Commonwealth Picker, and we met this guy who buys out storage units, and like everything at this sale was like $1. And the worst part is when we got there, someone had like 4 boxes like stacked on top of each other. Must have getting hundreds of items we missed out on, even though we missed out on all this stuff, we still picked through there and got a ton of good items. And I bought this like Ziploc bag that's full of like car key fabs and like all kind of like random chains and like bolts and everything else in it. But there's 2 knives in there. One was a case knife. So here's a case knife that we sold. Normally this would probably be like $75 knife, some in that ballpark. Look at this one. This one is covered in rust, and the other knife is a dual knife. They both have rust on them. I went on YouTube, I watched people actually get knives with rust on them. They can actually use a little file, a little sandpaper, and take the rust right off and make it look brand new again. I don't want to do that. I'm not looking for projects, I'm looking for profits. So I would rather sell this at a discounted rate for someone else to buy it and turn this into a project for them so they can make more money. As soon as I listed on eBay, I put it for $29.99. I knew that was going to be a cheap price for this knife because this knife normally sells for a lot more than that. And within the first hour being up, I had like 2 or 3 offers. One offer was like $19, 2 offers for $20. Counted all those for at $24.99, and the buyer accepted. So we got $24.99 plus shipping. I paid $30 for everything I bought from that storage unit. So this one sale right here almost covered all that. I did get a whole box of like Disney items I'm going to put in my whatnot on Wednesday night. Some mystery boxes and some other really cool things. So yeah, this video is dropping on Wednesday. So come join me tonight on whatnot, 7 p.m., maybe like 6:45, 7 o'clock. We're going to sell a bunch of Disney vintage items and some newer items as well. So come check that out. If you are new to whatnot, you get $15 just for signing up. Links in the description below. And guys, if you just keep liking these videos, do me a huge favor and make sure you like and subscribe. It really does help out this channel. And until next time, guys, make sure you guys keep flipping and punching.